Hey, Wamburger World Entertainment, and we have a brand new update regarding the reboot of the X-Files. It's officially moving forward. At least a pilot is. And that's important that the pilot has been greenlit, not a full series. And that's interesting because that's the same thing that Disney has done with the Buffy reboot. They've greenlit a pilot and nothing more as of now, which is quite telling because normally they normally go, okay, you get 6 episodes, and then depending what they think of it, they up it to like 8 or 10, sometimes 12. But we have now some interesting information regarding who's going to be on board behind the scenes. We also have a confirmed cast member, which is a typical casting choice. If you go, oh, it's Ryan Coogler casting, yeah, it's someone black. This is one of these things, okay? This shouldn't be a big deal. But we know the way Hollywood is now and the way especially black directors go, they're only going to cast black actors and stuff. And that shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't be sitting here going, oh, typical, they're just going to do that. Like, it should be something where we get a name and you go, okay, that's interesting. And instead we're like, oh, of course. But it's weird. By the way, I actually had to look this woman up. It's a woman, by the way, who got a cast so far. It's a name, I think her name was floated about a while ago, but she's officially confirmed now to be one star of it. So I think she's going to be like the co-lead of the show. It's interesting. She's 42 years of age. 42, 43. I had to look her up and it said her age was like 42 or 43. So I was like, it's interesting that you're going for someone a little older than you'd normally would with a show like this. Like, when the original X-Files started, I'm pretty sure Gillian Anderson was 27. I believe she was 27 and David Duchovny was either 33 or 34, somewhere in that range. But let's have a look at this, because there is one piece of information, new information, that is slightly encouraging. But it says anyway, The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that Hulu is moving forward with its reboot of the X-Files. Black Panther and Sinners filmmaker Ryan Coogler is confirmed to write and direct the pilot, which has been officially greenlit. So we've long known that this is a passion project for Coogler, and he'll helm the show's first episode before starting work on Black Panther 3, which we've previously heard will be released in early 2028. So that's interesting that he's meant to be the guy who's like the showrunner and this is his baby and stuff, and yet it's saying here he's going to do one episode and then bugger off to do Black Panther 3.
What did you say?
That's not great. That's not what you want to hear from your showrunners. But it says anyway, Danielle or Daniela, I think it's Daniela, maybe is how you pronounce it. Deadwyler, I think is how you pronounce her second name, who was in The Woman in the Yard and The Piano Lesson, never heard of. The Woman in the Yard sounds somewhat familiar. She has landed one of the 2 coveted starring roles in the series. While we don't have official character details, a new logline has been revealed, offering a better idea of what to expect. So this is the new logline for the X-Files reboot, saying, 2 highly decorated but vastly different FBI agents form an unlikely bond when they are assigned to a long-shuttered division devoted to cases involving unexplained phenomenon. So, like, if you listen to that, it sounds like it's a full reboot. But then this thing says, in the original version of the X-Files, Agent Dana Scully and Agent Fox Mulder were paired up in the FBI's paranormal division, with the former assigned to debunk Mulder's steadfast belief in extraterrestrial threats to Earth. It appears this will serve as a loose sequel, leaving the door open to cameos and connective tissues.
Right.
It doesn't read like that though. When you read 2 highly decorated, people on vastly different approaches and blah blah blah, it sounds the exact same as the original X-Files, just gonna be completely new people. But we know Coogler has talked with Gillian Anderson. Nothing guaranteed. I think it was more about like her, like getting her blessing almost, but I don't know where exactly they read that and get this. Oh, it's a loose sequel when they're also calling it a reboot. I don't know. But saying this is the slightly promising part. Chris Carter, who was the showrunner on The X-Files when it first launched in 1993, will serve as a non-writing executive producer on Coogler's reboot. And it gives a bunch of other people who are going to work on it. The fact that Chris Carter is now involved, that is positive news. Because that was one of the things that they were ignoring, was Chris Carter was going to have zero input whatsoever. Now it says he's a non-writing executive producer, which obviously means he's not writing any of the stories and stuff, but at least they have the guy who created the bloody thing there that they can turn around and say, well, you know, do you think this would fit? And, you know, do you think it's too much like what you've previously done and stuff like that? So that is promising. But it's just the idea of them rebooting X-Files and, of course, rebooting it at Fox under Disney. It's like, oh no. So Coogler previously said about his approach to the X-Files, saying, there are times when I wish that I could separate and have a day where I'm not anxious about having to deliver the draft. Vince Gilligan gave me a couple hours of advice over Zoom and answered all the questions I had. I've got them all in my notebook and I got back to it often. I've been excited about that for a long time and I'm fired up to get back to it. You know, some of those episodes, if we do our job right, we will be really effing scary. Make something really great. Something for the real X-Files fans. Maybe find some new ones. Now that's everything you want to hear. Like, he's saying the right things there. It's just, is he just gonna do this, what Ryan Coogler tends to do, and oh look, his entire cast is all of a sudden black? Like, mix it up. You know, if you wanted to truly surprise us, he should have turned around and said, okay, our first co-lead is a female and it's an Asian. You'd have been like, oh, okay. And then, you know, whatever. If the male lead is black as well, then we know he's just doing the whole, I'm just hiring black people for the sake of hiring black people. Again, we shouldn't be in a position where this is an issue, but this is all it's become. You know, Jordan Peele does the same thing. As soon as you hear Jordan Peele's making a movie, you're like, well, we know who the cast is going to be in that. It's even actually the same with, what's his name? Paul Feig. He works only with the same people all the time. So when he announces a movie, you're like, well, I guess Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig are going to be in this. And sure enough, they always get announced. And it's like, Jesus, dude, pick someone else, will you? This could be where the problem is. I do like that he's saying, like, if we do our jobs right, you know, we can make this scary as hell and make it for the real X-Files fans. The interesting part is how he says, maybe find some new ones. So it's not like he's saying, oh, we're setting out to capture a new audience. He's like, we're making it for the X-Files fans. That's good. It's just how they're going to approach it, especially with Disney, is like where the issue runs into. Chris Carter being there is good news as well, because, you know, the fact that they were ignoring him for this thing and now they've brought him on board, that's good news. But look, I still don't have all that much hope in this. I really don't. I don't like the idea of a reboot of the X-Files. It's a product of its time. It really was. And I think if anything, we deserve one more movie with Mulder and Scully. A true alien coming down, wrecking shop type of story. That should be the end of it. But who knows? Maybe this could end up spawning a new movie with Mulder and Scully. But we'll have to wait and see. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's good news that at least Chris Carter is on board? What do you think of this casting of Danielle or Daniela Deadwyler? I believe that's how you say her second name. And the fact that it's only the pilot that has been greenlit. Do let me know what your thoughts are on all of this. And of course, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and hit the like button. Check out memberships. You know the drill, people. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.